Welcome back to our English classroom. Today we are going to discuss about Unit 9, which is the proficiency in communication. So let's begin. So first of all, it is about the writing skill, which is very much important. Writing, we know that, is one of the important ways of expression, and a student should be in a position to write simple letters and application, as well as writing is often regarded as the visual representation of a speech. But this is true only to the extent that a speech sound can be represented by some marks on paper, right? And writing at the primary level starts with the writings of letters, then what finally develops into the writing of sentences. So this is all about the writing skill, and among the four basic skills, the last skill is writing skill, which is the expression of anybody's thoughts, words, emotions, or whatever is there in a very written format on papers. Now move to the next slide. Yes, there are several types of writing. We know that story writing, paragraph writing, and so on. So first of all, it is about story writing. Writing a story gives students good exercise in composition, right? And they are given the plot of each story in the form of an outline. We all know that because we are very much familiar with all of this from our childhood when we had to write a story, and this outline is only our skeleton, that is students have to supply it with flesh and blood, right, to make it alive. Or we can say, in other words, students have to connect the points given to write a complete story. Okay, so this is all about story writing. And now it is paragraph writing. What is paragraph writing? Paragraph writing is the very foundation of all the forms of composition. Okay, so it should be very carefully practiced by beginner, and in writing a paragraph one should bear in mind the following rules in particular, because each paragraph must deal with only one topic or idea, right? There must be logical sequence of thoughts or developments of the subject, and the first sentence generally expresses the subject matter of discussion. Such a sentence is called the key sentence, we all know that, and the other sentences that follows simply developed the subject matter, and in the same way the last sentence concludes what is dealt with in the whole paragraph. So guys, this is all about paragraph writing. So now move to the next slide. What is there? Yes, now it is about reporting events. We all know that about report, how it may be. Reporting an event is a form of composition in which a statement of facts relating to a particular event is given. And the most important characteristics of this form of composition is that it contains no personal comments of the reporter. We all know that we have read so many reports in the newspaper. So many articles are there. We all know that. Yes. Now it is about notice. A notice is a very effective means of public communication. Yes, in the school you must have seen in the notice board different types of notices informing various decisions, activities, announcements, orders, appeals, etc. regarding various types of function of the school, right? Not only school but also in the college and other educational institutions also, right? A notice should be written in formal style, okay, and it should be brief and lucid, and only the relevant information should be given in the notice, and generally simple future and present tenses are used in notice. So this is all about the information notice, right? So now move to the next slide. Yes, it is now about the conversation in given context and simulated real life situation. We all know that conversation is very much important for the basic teaching learning situation in the classroom. So what is conversation? You know that conversation is a dialogue, right? Or a talking between two or among more persons. In such conversations, our talking the language should be colloquial in nature, right? And our children need to speak English for communication and interaction. So as being a teacher, it is our responsibility to create situations for conversations in our classroom. In case of conversation, one should use simple language as far as possible in colonial form. Okay, and the questions asked should be pointed, as well as the answers should be very short. Sometimes answers will be in a word or in a few words, right? So this is all about the conversation in the very classroom situation. So now move to the next slide. Yes, it is about the journal. What is journal? Journal of teaching and learning. The journal, we know that international peer-reviewed journal, right? And journal adopts a critical framework in orientation and 6 manuscripts that provide a critical examination of historical and contemporary education context. And the journal publishes original research from across global context that contribute to theory and empirical research, as well as this includes issues related to indigenous education, gender, class, race, ethnicity, and diversity, and educational policy responses, teacher education, educational leadership, and also the theories of teaching and learning. So, guys, you can understand what may be the journal in case of teaching and learning procedure. Yes. So, now move to the next slide. Yes, now it is about the reflecting and speaking issues, child labor. What is child labor? Child labor refers to the employment of the children, okay, because in any work that deprives them of their childhood and interferes with their ability to attend regular school. That is the basic problem. That is a very dangerous problem actually, and that is mentally, physically, socially, and morally dangerous and harmful. This is not only very harmful for the children who are very much engaged in labor. This is also very much harmful for the progress of a nation, for the future of a nation, for a country, and this practice is considered exploitative by many international organizations, right? Now 73 million children aged 10 to 14 are working illegally in the world today, right? And that makes up 11.2% of the population between 10 to 14. And the purpose of this calculation is to show you just the shocking details of how the children are exploited in underdeveloped countries, right? Because in our country, India also, child labor is a very, very, very big issue. So now move to the next slide. Yes, now it is about the dropout from the primary school. It is the very word with which we are very familiar. The problem of dropout has been continually traveling the primary education system, not only in India but in other developing countries also. And dropout does not mean mere rejection of a school by children, and it leads to the wastage of the funds, of the whole funds that are invested in school buildings, teacher salary, equipments, textbooks, and so on. As well as it also means the existence of some deficiencies in the organization, in the system of the primary education. And the subject of dropout or wastage has been started in India and other countries over the past not only 1 or 2 years, over the past 65 years. And many of the reasons for this educational malady are now known. However, it is not easy to deal with the malady because its origin lies partly in the system itself. We all know that, which has been designed by scholars, politicians, and administrators. So, being a teacher, we have to give focus that how to solve the matter, because it is a very, very, very dangerous issue in case of very elementary level of education, that is dropout. Okay. So now move to the next slide. Yes, now it is about midday meals, which is also very much, very, very, very good and important and very much appreciative step from the government. For the sake of progress of education from the very elementary level. Midday meal scheme is a multi-phase program of the government of India that, among other things, seeks to address issues of food security, lack of nutrition, and access to education on a pan-national scale. And it involves provision for lunch, for free lunch on working days for children in primary and upper primary classes in government, also government aided school, also local body school education and education guarantee scheme, and alternative innovative education centers, madrasa, maktabs, supported under Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan and National Child Labor Projects school run by Ministry of Labor. So it's a very good step from the government, okay, in case of progressive education. So now move to the next slide, guys. Yes, this is now about the preparing wall magazine. We all know that wall magazine. What is that? A wall magazine is a protocol, right? Run on a notice board, especially in an educational institute, where the students and other members of the institution can post their articles, poems, drawings, and such other compositions to share with each other, right? Wall magazines are medium within the educational institutions for the students to express their creativity, and the wall magazine can also be utilized as a medium to increase interaction among students by having regular fortnight quiz, so making it wide known as well as certain topics can be discussed by regular post on an open section. So we can say that school college magazines are very much useful in many ways, as they have a great educative value, and it encourages the students to think and write so that develop their writing skills and talent. These magazines are a means of bringing the students and all the members together, as well as the students are also taught how to write and express their own ideas in a good form and in different language. So this is all about Wall magazine. So guys, thank you very much. This is all about your unit 9. So in the next class, we will move to another interesting and new topic. So till then, happy learning, stay safe, stay good and happy.